selling a home in El Paso and your showing instructions say, we need 24-hour notice, I need you to hear this with love. Buyers are not planning their house hunt like a dentist appointment 6 months in advance. Sometimes they're already in the car, they're right down the street. They maybe looked at another home that doesn't fit the criteria and they passed by and saw the sign to your home. Maybe they already have coffee in their hands and they've got their realtor and they looked at about 7 houses and they're tired. They're slightly confused and suddenly they're looking at there's no other options out there and then voila, they've run into your home and they say, hey, what about the house that was three streets down that maybe we saw the other day when I passed by on my way to work? Or what about that house that I saw on the internet a couple of days ago? And then they say that to your agent, well, can we see that tomorrow? And then, of course, as an agent, I'll say tomorrow. Okay. By tomorrow, you mean that that house will already be sold or there'll be an offer on it already. Because remember, those people that saw it yesterday are thinking about buying it today. So I'm Joanne Garcia with your El Paso Homes. And if you're selling your home in El Paso or relocating out of El Paso, this is one of those little details that can have a much bigger impact than the sellers realize. Today, you're going to learn why making your home is difficult if you say, let's wait 24 hours for every showing, because it could cost you some buyers. So, how we can make your showings easier without turning your life upside down, and what you can generally do to take that extra notice. So now, I understand why sellers want 24 hours. You live there. You have kids, you have dogs, you have laundry, you have a busy schedule. Maybe you have one room where everything gets thrown 5 minutes before company comes over. Well, we all have that kind of room. And if you're thinking, Joanne, I cannot have strangers showing up while there's a cereal bowl in the sink or my husband's shoes in the living room, fair. I totally get it. But here's the problem. When your home is actively for sale, convenience matters. A buyer may only have one afternoon to look at homes that work in their schedule. Maybe they're relocating here for work and they flew in and they got to fly right back out. Maybe their lease is ending and they barely decided to go ahead and buy a home. Maybe their house didn't sell and now everything feels like it has to happen overnight. So if your home requires 24-hour notice and the house down the street can be shown in an hour, guess which home they're probably going to see? Definitely the easier one. And buyers can't fall in love with a house that never is ready to be walked into. So the first thing that I want you to remember is your listing photos can be so beautiful. Your kitchen can sparkle. Your backyard can look like a resort. But if getting through the front door requires 3 phone calls, a calendar invitation, written permission, and possibly approval from Congress, we have a problem. The second thing is that you don't have to keep your home perfect every second of the day. You just need a system. When you're selling your home here in El Paso, create a quick showing routine. Beds get made in the morning, countertops stay mostly clear, dishes go straight into the dishwasher, that way it's hidden. Have a basket where everything can be tossed into in case an appointment shows up, and then throw things in your garage. A lot of times that's the last place that buyers are looking. So think about that. The mail, the chargers, maybe toys, shoes, that Amazon box that is sitting by the door for 4 days. Put in a basket and then take it wherever you are on your way out. Like I said, again, maybe like in the garage. And then congratulations, you just invented mobile staging. And if you have pets, make a plan for that for the first showing. If someone's going to come in, know who's taking the dog, know where the cat is going, or whether your parent is going to have to tell potential buyers your family secrets. The third thing is sometimes you really do need more than time notice. I understand if you have elderly or you have some accommodations you need to make, but maybe if you work nights and you have a newborn, or if you had some kind of a family emergency that maybe is completely reasonable. The goal isn't to make selling your home miserable. The goal is to create showing instructions that protect your schedule without actually accidentally pushing away some of the good buyers. So instead of automatically requiring 24 hours, maybe you can offer a 2 hour window, or maybe certain times of the day work better. Maybe weekends can be more flexible. That's where having a real conversation with your realtor matters because the best showing strategy is the one that works for your household and that still gives serious buyers a realistic chance to see your property. Here in El Paso, especially when you're dealing with buyers who may be relocating into the area, flexibility can make a difference. And if you're relocating out of El Paso yourself, you already know how stressful timing can be. You might be the one selling one house, buying another, packing boxes, coordinating movers, and wondering why you own 17 coffee mugs. You don't need more chaos. You need a plan. So before you put 24-hour notice on your listing, ask yourself one question. Do I truly need 24 hours or do I just need a better showing routine? Because where the right buyer wants to see your home, you want to make saying yes as easy as possible. So if you're thinking about selling your home in El Paso or thinking about relocating out of El Paso, let's connect. I'm Joanne Garcia with Your El Paso Homes. Text me 915-626-6169 and let's just have a conversation. Let's talk about your selling strategy and what works for your home, your schedule, and your move. Have an awesome and great day.